I remember during the big economic downturn in 2008, 9, 10, somewhere in there, one of the things I started to talk to my patients about who had lost their jobs or college kids that were coming out of college and couldn't find jobs is that I always saw a connection. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I always saw a connection between volunteering. Okay, if you have free time in your hands because you don't have a job, what if you just volunteer at something you really, really care about? Could be a local museum, could be a wildlife refuge that's near you, could be anything. But if you volunteer, you've got all this time anyway, and somebody in the organization retires, moves on for some reason, none of these organizations want to hire somebody with a blank slate from outside. And if you've done all this good for the organization, there's your job. It's in your sweet spot because you're already identified as something you deeply care about. You can't help but be successful. Am I right about that this has something to do with our resumes too?
Oh, absolutely. And I started to talk a little bit about networking before, but volunteering is an excellent way to grow your resume and grow those skills. You might, if you are unemployed and you are, spend your days building houses for Habitat for Humanity, then Habitat for Humanity gets to know you really well. In the example that you mentioned, someone retires, they have a job opening, and they're like, oh, great. Dr. Linda has been crushing it. I know she has experience in this. Would you like to come interview for the job? But even if you're volunteering for a nonprofit that doesn't necessarily fit your, job description, you have an excellent reference, someone who can attest to the fact that you showed up on time, you've completed your tasks, you've worked well, maybe you had some leadership under that nonprofit, which is an excellent way to build out that resume. Every year I talk at a conference for high school students about the importance of volunteering. And I talk about that. And then also the opportunity to build new skills as well. So if you have interest in graphic design, it can be tough to apply for a graphic design job without having any experience. But if you were to find a nonprofit who's like, hey, I need some help with, my designs on Canva, to help, make digital flyers for my fundraiser and for my event. That is a great opportunity for you to jump in, support a nonprofit in your community, and then get those skills and those experience. If you don't have any leadership at, your current opportunity, at your current job, and you need some leadership experience in order to apply for a leadership position, a nonprofit is a great way to do that. Leading a committee or planning an event or joining a nonprofit board. All of these ways are excellent ways to get the experience that you need to build your resume and move up in your career or change careers. And it's free and it really supports local nonprofits. So excellent reason to volunteer.
It's a win all the way around.